We're jumping into the knife now, and we're going to see, who's going to start where. But yeah, generally speaking, it is nice to get the CT side out of the way with, but CT on Dust 2 can be very interesting sometimes. Sometimes you can get a really good lead with the money, and the money's no concern, and it can all go very smoothly. And other times, you can't ever get the money secure. You can't ever get to the scars that you want, to the orbs that you want consistently, and you keep getting thrown in between these like rifle setups, and things can get really awkward. So we'll have to see if Epsilon now, who are starting off on the CT side, can get a good solid CT start, or if NIP are going to be able to really abuse the kind of T-sidedness of this map, which isn't like too hugely T-sided, but there are definite advantages for the Ts. We'll have to see if NIP are going to have some good openings as well. Already some grenades going over by Freiburg, tossing over all the grenades in the world towards long. Going to actually remove a couple players from that angle, force them back a little bit. Actually going to take down Fiffer, and in comes the short push, and Epsilon are making quick work of the Swedes, as we see Freiburg making his way up short, or rather down towards Dark now, as he tries to intercept Scream. This is really nice now, because now they have potentially a clear path to that B-bomb site, but the problem is that bomb is there on short. Going to be quite hard to pick that one up. We have SF and GMX sitting on it, as Freiburg now is remaining. Found himself another grenade. There he goes. Freiburg, if he can get a quick pick, perhaps. No, can't quite make it. And we do have SF taking him down, winning the round for Epsilon, and we get to see the M4 buy straight away for GMX. And Epsilon. The interesting round is going to be when, assuming everything goes smoothly for them, the interesting round is going to be when the AK buy comes from NIP. They can get the bomb down there, so they're going to eco this one, eco the next one, buy in the 4th round, and then we're going to see Epsilon still having probably their FAMASs. Unless they lose them here, Freiburg might just take down FXio. That is a FAMAS there for the NIP side onto Forest. So this round is certainly alive right now. There's no nades here. We get a full eco actually out of NIP. This is a complete full eco. There's nothing, no pistols bought, just Glocks, no grenades, no nothing, no armor. So interesting stuff from NIP. Does make me think they're going to go for the force buy next round then, even though they didn't get the bomb down on the first round. So that is very interesting from NIP. And looks like SF going to come in with a couple of frowns. So they only killed FXio. He was one holding a FAMAS. And NIP, are they going to force it up? No, they are going to force it up. And I kind of like the theory behind this, because on a map like this as the T side, you don't actually need a lot of grenades. And they I think they understand, or what they're going for right now is the insane pressure onto the economy of the CT side. They want to make sure that the CTs never get free rounds, never gets economy going. So they want a guaranteed 3rd round where they remove lots of weapons from Epsilon. So I love this this idea behind this strategy from NIP. Exists already with a pick. And we can see how powerful the AKs are. I mean, you don't even necessarily need a grenade advantage when the AKs perform so well against these M4s and FAMASs. And we can see more and more kills coming in. It's relatively clean. GetRight going to find himself the ninja frag onto PM, and the bomb is going to go down. So this has worked perfectly for NIP. And again, I want to just throw props to them for going for a strategy like this. It is really smart. And I'm trying to think if I've seen another team play this strat recently. I know that I've seen this recently, but I'm not sure which team it would be. It may have actually been NIP. So I'll have to see if SF is able to do something. But Fiffering going to throw away the Galil that he had. He's going to pick up that M4 for the upgrade. SF's actually still alive. He's got full nades as well. So he's going to keep all of the investment that he had into this round alive. And really good stuff here for NIP. They're going to take the 3rd round. And Epsilon may have even been expecting the double eco from them there. But one read that they could have made was to see that to see the full Glock buy and see no P250s or CZs, nothing like that. That would also have given them the tell, as it did us, the viewers, when we saw 5 Glocks. Does exist, does get a pick onto SF. They do try to force up this round and try to get what they could get going rather with, and they have FXO on the scout. So far, they do manage to make one pick through the smoke. Oh, a good dink there onto Exist. He does get quite low. In comes GMX for the finish. He will take down Freiburg, so NIP now in some trouble. Very bothersome situation for them. They don't have much position at the moment, and GMX, look at this position he has. This is a really painful position, because if he takes down a player for free, okay, he's going to fall down. This is really nice now. NIP don't have to push short, they just have it now. So it's just the not having it of Epsilon, which is really the benefit for them. Get right ready with the flash. It's going to go over now. Jumping back straight down onto CT spawn to have a few avenues of attack in, all coming from the same side. And looks like they're all going to go down. Exist is going to fall there as well. So well done by Epsilon. They are returning the pressure after NIP made a very strong play for economy damage. And you're going to see that after getting that round and getting a pretty clean round previously, you know, they're going to be able to buy up again. And of course they force it. Of course, look at this situation. Neither team has economic control. So NIP going with another good buy here. Obviously, you know, nothing left in the coffers there. They are busto. So they are going to be looking for picks here. They don't have. They only have three smoke grenades and 4 flashes. So this is not a lot of grenades to work with. Once again, they're going to have to rely on the picks. We're going to see Scream getting a quick pick there onto Forest. And now Freiburg's going to make his way through Suicide, as they are going to be able to take short if they want to. Right, going to peek into some of the angles there towards B. Doesn't see anybody. And there is the setup for the counter smoke boost. And it looks like it does go even on the trade. Still a man up, Epsilon, as NIP try to put this round together. And who is it? None other than Fiflerin over at Long. 2 players there towards the long doors, though. This could be very difficult for Fiflerin to actually do much here. It would be very strong to get that B split going, but actually, Fiflerin going to get challenged. Does get the first kill. He might just think there's one player there. They have to go for the A split now. In it comes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Freiburg straight up on the site. Nobody there. Get right. Going to spot FXio. Easy frag there. It's a 2-on-2, and now NIP have the advantage. In comes PM. It's just Freiburg left. PM with a great double finish. And we're going to see Epsilon with another round. 4-1. And this is certainly now looking very good for Epsilon, as they're going to be able to build that bank. There's no plant for NIP. If they had gotten the plant, they still would not have been able to do anything, actually. But Epsilon's certainly looking really strong. They're not going for the AWPs just yet. And this is certainly a good choice for them, as they want to stick on the more economic buys in case, you know, something goes badly, and, you know, need to make sure they have all the grenades at their disposal. Gonna see them coming up here now. NIP looking good for the short push here. FXio in position, gonna spot some heads. There it is. Oh, the quick double there from FXio, and Epsilon in good stead to take the rest of the kills now as they funnel through through short. And get right left now. It's a shooting gallery. It's like shooting fish in a barrel for Epsilon. And they don't lose anybody. And again, the pure eco there. I like this from NIP. They aren't really playing with the pistols. You know, just they're not really investing in P250s or anything like that. They're just saying like, okay, we want to win. We want to have as much money as possible for the rounds we can buy in, so we can get the most success rate there, and not have not rely on doing damage on pistol rounds. And I do like this approach for Dust 2. Oh wow, we're going to see Scream trying to go in here, but he's kind of blocked by the fire. Takes a lot of, actually not that much damage to him, actually. I thought he was in the fire a lot longer than that. But NIP just working some map control. GMX in a good position. We just see him there, moving down short. Going to back away now for the quick peek. I can see how Epsilon are playing this. Look at this setup from Epsilon. They've got 3 people near CT spawn at the moment. SF alone on long. Freiburg might come in soon though, as NIP get ready to go for the A split. Here they go. Through long. SF though, in the pit. It's got support next to the smoke. SF getting some nice shots in. Only one frag just yet though, and finally does get taken down by Fiflerin. And Epsilon are all charging in long here. Great grenade from Fiflerin as well, getting himself the double. In comes GMX with that spray. Gets 2. There's one more around the corner. Fiflerin's there. Can he find himself any kills here for NIP? Looks like the answer is no, and the bomb does go down. We have Get Right coming in from the back. And here he goes. Does find himself GMX, going to win the one-on-one. GMX had no idea where Get Right was. And isn't that always the case? Isn't that always the case? And it looks like NIP going to make that round work. And a very timely round to win to keep them going in this match. Obviously, you know, you're going to make sure that we already talked about the economy, how important it is to get it going for the CTs. And with players like this, you know, they're going to be able to continue that pressure. Obviously, big buy coming in from Epsilon. They are on no money now, so this play could award NIP 2 rounds if they are able to win this to bring it to a 5-4 scoreline. There's Scream in middle. Just playing patiently there. They have the kind of crossfire between Scream and GMX. GMX towards B. And looks like we might just see a B play. PM is here. There's no sniper or anything in this vicinity. The sniper is actually towards A. So this could go quite well here. There is PM. Going to peek out from the barrel. Ooh, gets the double. And it looks like it's all down to Fifthler and Get Right now. Let's see what they're able to do. Get Right going to get flashed like mad and then smoked off. I mean, what is he going to be able to do right now? Fifthler goes down. He's just going to run through the smoke. Why not? He's in the smoke. Can't see anything. Look at this. It's just spraying around. It does actually pick off GMX. Oh, he actually gets a second frag on PM as well, and now it's all doable for Get Right. 30 seconds left. He just spotted the last player. He knows that he can actually just get this bomb down. What is happening in this round? Get Right. He went from basically almost giving up, spraying randomly through the smoke, to actually picking up a couple opportunistic frags. And now it's the one-on-one FXO coming in from the door, and Get Right can't do it. FXO going to grab the round there for Epsilon. But let's quickly look at this, shall we? You are looking at the money. That's what we're looking at right now. It's definitely quite shaky here for both teams still. This is a... NIP can't really force this, which is unfortunate for them. So it looks like they are going to go for the pure eco again. This seems to be what they have been doing recently. They're going to pure eco it again. Okay, no, we do see a couple PT50s, 3 PT50s, and a smoke from Get Right for middle. That's okay. That's smart. Okay, 4 PT50s and just 1 smoke. So very small investment, but in come Epsilon. Bit of a mid aggression. This is really smart. They know there's no AWP, but there is a Freiburg Deagle. It's almost the same, and he will actually get one with that. Looks like we do have Get Right and Exist left over. There's Exist. PM's ready for this, so there it is. Good reaction. But Get Right. Here he comes. Get Right might just get 2, but no. Gets denied. And Epsilon making quick work of a mid push. And this is a very strong dynamic on this map. Look, I mean, this is middle, obviously. It's in the middle of the screen and all that kind of stuff. But when we have middle, there's a big dynamic between having the AWP and not having the AWP. When a team knows the other team can't afford an AWP, that team who cannot afford the AWP kind of evacuates middle. And this team is NIP. They can't challenge middle directly. So we get rounds like this, where we get the play on Dark from Epsilon. They know that they can just walk up middle. They can just walk up middle, and they have this Dark take. Frags raining in for Epsilon at the moment. And, oh, not quite getting the last one. Get Right is going to go down eventually, though. And very, very smart stuff from Epsilon. And this is the middle dynamic. I mean, they weren't peeking it at all because they had AKs, and I mean, you can't really spot it if they're going to be AWPing that angle, and they know that FXGO has an AWP, so you get plays like that. So I'm glad I don't sound stupid. Now we actually did see the Dark take when I was trying to explain that. All right, so we do see FXGO challenging mid, and Freiburg going down to that AWP. Again, we see the pistols coming out for the eco. So NIP, they've had some great rounds. They've had some really good rounds. They've had some really good strategies. But the scoreline, it's not really reflecting some of their performances. They've kept Epsilon down in quite a few rounds. They've really controlled the economy. They were putting good pressure on. They were getting good pushes. The theory behind their plays was solid, super solid from NIP. But they aren't getting the rounds, and they're not closing. And this is kind of the issue. Now we see Forest AWPing. This is usually where NIP's T-side turns around, when Forest picks up the AWP. And he can be the saving grace for the Swedish side. And there is the Xbox smoke, which will cover short, which is a lovely smoke. This is like my favorite smoke on this map. And NIP are going to be able to take map control. I'm surprised they didn't smoke the doors as well. Obviously there is an angle to be peeked through, but at least Freiberg is safe on short here, although he's not peeking just yet. But that Xbox smoke is going to disappear very soon. But there's Forest. Let's see what he's able to do. Forest always has amazing timings with knowing where to look with the scoped in AWP and when. Let's see if his second sense comes in here. Look at that. He knew. he just manages to move in at the exact moment that GMX was going to peek that angle. It is something else sometimes when you watch Forest with this AWP on T side. But the effect is the same here for NIP. They are just trying to control dark, as we can see. We can see it there, and they got mid to control. They got control of short. So now they can go for the B split, or they can go for the A split. It's all about where they see the players now, or where they get the reads. Oh, great pick there from Forest. And he might just, yeah, okay, they're deciding for the B split. Now he got the pick towards B. There is the B split coming in. And we can see them coming up middle quite quickly there. There's Freiberg. He's the entry fragger here for NIP. Does pick up GMX. And there it is. PM going to take down Exist, but Get Right gets the return. Fifth run on the flank. Going to wait there for the CTs to come and rotate. Perfect execution that round from NIP. That is basically a textbook Dust 2 terrorist round. Completely textbook. Almost completely textbook. I'd say that the like smoking the like middle hits as well would complete the textbookness of that. Either way, they got the map control. They got the information that they needed to make the call for a B or an A split. They got themselves in position instantly after the pick and just went for it after they realized that it was favorable to the A play. So beautiful stuff from NIP. Epsilon certainly right now are just playing passively. They're playing the two-man long setup, which definitely is very strong at helping A defenses. We'll have to see now if NIP do go for the A play. There is a push in dark here from Epsilon, right there on screen, but it's actually going to be FXio now that's going to pick the first kill up on Forest. There's number 2. FXio coming out huge with the AWP on the defense here of the A bomb site. Can he get anything else? Oh, he can't quite do that. So it's going to be a 3-on-3 situation now. Get Right, murdering the rotation. Absolute carnage over by the B side of the map as Exist now goes to town on SF. And we get ourselves another round here for NIP. Coming back. They are really showing their class, and I'm very happy to see these rounds from NIP. They're wonderfully executed. Now, I mean, they should be able to get the next one too. We do have a eco, or an eco, coming out here from Epsilon. Finally, the economy broken. It was looking quite hefty, but NIP, you know, winning that key round with the textbook play at a very key moment to allow them to bring it to this situation. There's the pop flash. PM, very accurate there with that pistol. But it's going to Get Right that has the last say with that AK. In comes Forest now. And the peek is going to come in from SF. Will go down straight away. So good defensive play from NIP early in the round. And FXO just going for the spot. Now we're almost at the end of this first half. And NIP, they need the last 2 rounds. There shouldn't be any reason why they can't get them. Good entry onto the site. Fire goes down. Headshots come in. There's Forest tossing down the smoke for CT as well, just to make their life just that much bit more awkward with these pistols. And so far it's working. There's not much really that they can do in this round now. Forest going to come in with a nice little frag there onto PM. One more player there to be found though. As they just round up the last pistoling players of Epsilon. And all said and done, NIP now in a good position to win the last round. There is no AWP here for Epsilon, and this is the problem for them. And this is something that NIP can exploit. They will have the inherent mid control. Here is Forest. Let's see if he can even get a pick. Okay, not going to get the pick exactly. But NIP, you're going to see that there's 2 that jumped across. And Forest can now make his way slowly after a a little bit of a delay just to see if anyone re-peeks over towards, if he wants middle, but he's actually going to go towards B at the moment, as it looks like GMX did pick off Exist, as the B split is on its way. It's only 2 players out of middle though, and it's actually going to be Fifrin and Freiberg. Freiberg going to make a couple kills though, as they do get the entry to the site. Forrest still alive with the AWP, going to be going for the plant, still with the AWP in his hands. Going to go out for a quick one-on-one perhaps. Okay, looks like he's going to just stay steady in the site now, ready with the Molotov for the delay. Now he's got to figure out what position to defend from. This is the hard part from Forrest with that AWP. Fire soon to go away, and actually is GMX just going to go through the fire? They're going to go through the fire, and they meet Forrest CZ. Look at that from Forrest. That's a quick 2 kills coming in from him. FX Show now making his way in alone. Has to look at 2 angles. There's the shot from Forrest. Look at the crouch from Freiberg. He's like, you're not going to get me. And Forrest in with the triple. Absolutely perfectly done there by NIP. It looked a little bit shaky, that B split. Only 2 men up middle. A big reliance upon Freiberg to actually get the entries. So Freiberg able to deliver though. Got the first one. In fact, I think he got 2. I think Freiberg got 2 on middle, and then the one in the site. So really good stuff there from NIP. They fight their way back. And it is a map that you would say is slightly T-sided. So you'd be looking at an 8-7 scoreline, something like that for your T side would be quite comfortable. But we see that NIP, they didn't exactly get that. It's 6 rounds for them. Certainly it's going to be very recoverable on the CT side, but we can actually also see that the CT side is really the trick to Dust 2, getting that economy going and playing with the setups that you want. We can see how Epsilon started to struggle. When NIP broke their economy, they were able to bring the rounds back, clawing them back when there's no AWPer in mid. We saw the power of the AWPer in mid from Epsilon, even just the threat of an AWP in mid. And they were doing these like dark takes and just like getting a ton of kills. So I mean, there's a lot that becomes possible when there's no AWPer on one of the teams. And we saw that NIP were able to exploit that towards the latter parts of the first half. Fifrin, hello, in with a quick push on short. We do get NIP quickly finding out that there's not that much going on towards A. Now they come in with a get right. He's going to actually spot, and they're going to play for perhaps the retake here, as they are all outside of the site. They're going to get smoked off. There is a kit on get right and on exist. They don't have to rush this. It does not have to be rushed. They're already up there. Got to wait for those players to come around dark. Scream going to try to block this dark push. Going to be taking down get right. In comes Forrest. Now can he do the job that Fifrin and get right couldn't? Oh, and he does. He gets the quick double, and now he's alone, and he has to be looking for the quad kill to make this happen. Did pick up the kit. Forrest got another kill. Are you joking? But he will go down, hands over his eyes, and not even the mighty Forrest can bring them back from that. 10-6 as Epsilon get the pistol round, and now this is the problem for NIP, is that they are never, or it will be maybe like round 6, 7, 8 is like best case scenario for them to get their economy on track. That's like best case. So this is going to be really hard fought here for NIP. They are going to be fighting tooth and nail to do this. Let's see what they've got in store. We do have Get Right trying to toy around here with GMX over at long. He did get quite a lot of damage onto GMX, but not the frag. Something worth noting is the investment from NIP. As you can see, they spent most of their bank on this round. 2 scouts, 2 CZs, a couple Kevlars, and the Deagle on Freiberg, of course. Epsilon slowly trying to make their way in from middle, perhaps trying to see if they can get some angles. NIP, though, they're not peeking. This is fantastic for NIP. Get Right with a fast little peek. He knows that GMX is low. He already tagged him quite a lot, and he's quite healthy still. He does have that Kevlar, and it's going to perform really well against the Bison. The only thing he has to worry about is the headshot from the Bison. That's the only thing that can really hurt. But I actually think that Get Right has a slight advantage against the Bison with the CZ. It's like they're going to go up middle there. Look at this, the timing from Get Right. This is so good. He's going to see them all coming up now. And in comes the split onto B. Forrest with that sniper, the scout. Oh, Forrest with another one. And it is looking great for NIP right now. It is raining frags, raining scouts. And it looks like it's just Scream left alive here. Scream going to take 2 quick frags. Going to maybe be a third one here. Pulling out the Glock, running out of bullets. Not going to work for Scream. And we do see a round for NIP. That was so beautifully handled. Did you see the timing of Get Right just out of long there? It was like perfect. Absolutely perfect. He's got like a mental wall hack or something. He just knows. I think he may have heard some stepping. I'm not sure if the GMX mistimed his walking. But that's quite possible too. Or it's just a really good guess from Get Right, pending communication from his teammates. Or taking into account, rather. So NIP still going to settle for these this scout on 5th and over at long. So now what do they have to worry about? I mean, we have an Epsilon. We already are 3 rounds to the good. And finding, just like bum rushing the players of NIP will be really strong on those M4s. Oh, look at that. That is a quick pick if I ever saw one onto Forest. They are going to go for the split on B at the moment. And we do have an awkward situation. There's Freiburg with the FAMAS. Gets 1 quick frag. PM with his hands well and truly over his face as Freiburg picks up the 2nd. In with the 3rd perhaps, but nope. It's going to be Exist and 5th to come in now to save this round. Exist with the Galil. In goes the smoke, and oh, he might just get the double, and he does! Exist with 2 quick frags, but there is the headshot from Scream through the door on the scout. And Fiffer now coming in from the back with every chance to do this. He knows that Scream is weak. He knows that Scream is looking towards the door here. Look at the Scream not peeking at all. So we do see Fiffer is waiting patiently. He knows he must be here. Where is Scream? Oh no! I can't believe it. Fifferin, he had a moment's doubt. A moment's doubt. Looking behind him. Of course, that's the exact moment that Scream peaks dark after waiting so much time. I can't believe it. I thought Scream would never peak. And I suppose the same can be said for Fifferin as Scream wins that round there. Oh my goodness. Freiburg, great shot there with the scout. And we do get an early round advantage for NIP once again. They're fighting back. They are scrapping really hard here. And there's Freiburg. You don't usually expect Freiburg to be the one pulling in the frags with the scout, but it's looking not so bad from him so far. So he does open up the round with that one. And Epsilon now have to basically think, okay, we know that they are on a weak buy. We can't get picked by them. And this is what's happening. This is what scouts do. They pick you apart from range. Oh my god, Fiffer and getting a double. Already one softened up by Get Right. And now SF and Scream left alive. Scream tagged by the scout. SF, he's got full health, full armor, and loads of nades to play with. But look at this scout just by Freiburg. It's just putting in so much damage. Looks like SF is going to go out mid alone. They're going to go for the split on B. Now this is definitely an advanced play here. SF makes the pick. Well played there from him. He's going to make his way into the B bomb site, try to assess the situation. Doesn't see anyone just yet though. SF making his way in, gets a spam from the back. And in comes Scream. There is Forest, going to go down. And NIP still can do this with the FAMASs, but SF is already spotted and tagged one of them. In comes Exist and Fifferin from the doors. SF in a great position here. There's still quite a lot of health on him. His FAMAS is certainly not favoured to actually win this situation. There's SF in the smoke. Peeks out for a moment. He's going to find himself the kill onto Fifferin. Exist going to make his way up the window now and finds himself at the mercy of SF. Quad kill from SF in this round to save Epsilon and put NIP's money down the toilet. And that is, man, that was such a good round from NIP too. I mean, the first early pick from Freiburg, and this is what the scouts do. They pick away at you, and these are the rounds we always see them lost in this way against the scouts when the team feels confident and they feel like they have the advantage on the picks. And we're going to see, we're going to hold that fort right now as we see the push coming up on long. And it looks pretty simple here for Epsilon. There goes the pop flash from Freiburg. Might just make himself one kill with this. Good stuff there from Freiburg, but that's all he's going to get. Here comes Fifferin, and there he goes. Another easy round for Epsilon. They're on the brink of winning this match. 3 more rounds is all they need. NIP going to go for the buy. There's no orbs for them, though. And we can see that Epsilon's money is continuously low. This second half, everyone's just been in poverty I mean, Scream is the richest guy now. They could have bought an AWP, but FXO is actually staying on the scout, knowing how many rounds there are left to play with. I think this is actually a smart choice from him. And they're going to be going for a very fast B push and very classic. Let's see what they can do with it. Freiburg with a good defense coming in right now. In with another one. SF going to make the frag onto Freiburg, finally taking him out. There is still Forrest there on the site, but not for long, says SF, as it's a 2-on-3. A lot of damage done by Freiburg Forrest. Combo. A very deadly combo. Now they just have to wait for Get Right to come into Dark, and then they can hit the push. Oh, or Exist can wallbang the planter behind the box. Garrett's going to wait for the fire to dissipate, and then they can go. Just pincer moving onto SF, but give me a Fifler, and he does catch the kill as NIP find their way back into the match. And Epsilon perhaps regretting that fast B play, as now NIP have a really good chance to bring themselves back here. But still the question, or rather the problem remains. FXO with the AWP. What is the answer for this? There doesn't have to be an answer directly speaking, but there can be an indirect answer insofar as NIP take this into account and try not to play picking battles against them, against FXO. They're going to try to push FXO in first in many positions to find the opening pick. Can be on short, can be on middle. Let's just check FXO out. And he is there looking towards middle now. Certainly nothing spotted just yet for Epsilon. NIP, they are playing, again, the anti-picking game. They know that they are not going to be favored there. Fiflerin is in a great position here, though. And if a flash comes in, Fiflerin can do a lot of damage. That's exactly what happened, but Fiflerin only gets one. So Epsilon, they like these odds. Fiflerin would have spotted maybe one or two more players. We start to see a rotation, a slight rotation from NIP. FXO, oh, great shot there onto Exist. Might be a second in store here, but it's Scream to be taking the frags as it is Epsilon with the bomb plant. Freiburg and Forrest in the distance. They might just want to save these rifles. I mean, look at this situation. In fact, they can actually go for the damage here on the economy, as Epsilon are really low. In goes Forrest. Who gets the pick onto FXO? It's now Forrest against the world. Scream down there by the ramp, by crossover, and the AWPer is on pit. This is going to be impossible for Forrest, surely. And so we'll have to see if he can do it. Forrest jumping around. He is going to find himself at the mercy of Scream. Great quad kill there from Scream in that round. And 14-8 now the score as Epsilon draw ever closer to not only the victory, but to the very, very nice and safe position of the pole position on the leaderboards, just being at the top at #1. Oh my god, Freiburg, you beast. Taking down at FXO. Holding that AWP, made to be look like a fool. Great stuff coming in from Freiburg, but PM with some awesome AWP work of his own. Fiflerin coming in with the scout. NIP know that they're in a lot of trouble at the moment, trying to stop Epsilon from getting those tickets to that LAN finals. Let's see PM with a quick peek there as the A split commences. This is a very smart play to get PM on the long side. They do have SF moving his way up short. So this is a good split here from Epsilon onto the site. We've got Freiburg and Forrest alive. There's a tag there, and there it is. Forrest has the support. He's got the back of Freiburg. Let's see if Freiburg can get the jump shots here. So far, he's not going to find all that much. It's looking really bad for him. The fire rains down. Forrest trying to make his way in through a long now. That's the choice from him as Freiburg stays. Oh my god, nice shot there from Freiburg onto Scream. And it's 2 players left as we do have Forrest. He's got to challenge PM. In comes PM. Oh, Forrest can't make it happen. And there are the 2 frags. And it's going to be Epsilon now with 15 rounds. The best NIP can do is to tie this game. And I'll have to get an update from the production if the tie, if that actually means that NIP get removed from #1. If that's enough for Epsilon. I'll have to find it out. And maybe NIP can pull the draw out. It's going to be a lot of rounds for them to actually make that happen. And FX are already working in on Freiburg. It's a really poor buy from them. They're all going to go down. It looks like Epsilon are on the brink of winning this and being in a #1 position in their group. Scream with a quick frag onto Forrest. And there is not much left to be said or done for NIP as they all go down. And we do see Epsilon They're going to win 16-8 on Dust 2 over NIP, and I have to say, I love watching NIP playing Dust 2. They do have a lot of